Go back and watch part 1, 2, and 3 to catch up. When the police were there with me and my friend before they were there with us for about an hour. I have the body cam footage that I can't show right now because it's under a protection order. I tried to show them the evidence on my phone. I tried to show them the videos. I had videos of him being actively abused. I have photographs of scarring, and I have perineum disfigurement. I have scratches, all kinds of stuff that I documented. They wouldn't look at it. They were like, I don't want to be involved in this. Let's just get this guy home. They called his mom while we were there, and she said, "Oh, I'm just worried about my son. I'm his guardian." And I was like, okay, I guess they are guardians. I guess I have to. I mean, if they're guardians, I can't fight it. Like, they have the power unless it's proven in court that they're unfit. So I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and like, I'm not gonna, do anything except for do what the police say. So I did. And I, like I said in my last video, I haven't seen him since. After that day, my entire life changed. I went home. I was stalked, harassed, threatened. I was relieved of all of my electronic devices and other evidence that I had. I was made to delete my Google Drives, but I didn't delete all of them. I was chased in my truck into California, and I was brutally assaulted, and I was left on the side of the road in Oregon. And when the police found me, I had no clothes, and I was not in good shape. My family came and got me and brought me back, and I was terrified out of my fucking mind. And you're probably thinking, what in the hell? If you've watched all the parts up until now, you're like, why would two parents do that? It's not about the two parents. The two parents are just two members of a very wealthy, powerful group, religious group. These people make a lot of money. They benefit off vulnerable adults. And I was literally on the phone telling them that I'm going to expose it. And they know that I have evidence of it. And they wanted to make sure I didn't share that evidence with anyone. I was traumatized from what had happened. I was absolutely traumatized for those first few weeks, and I got in my camper and I took off and I went and camped in the woods. While I was there, I contacted APS. I sent them whatever I didn't feel comfortable even reporting everything, but I sent them enough that they should have been able to see that something was really wrong. This person has been genitally mutilated. This person they've been lying about his abilities. Clearly he can communicate. He doesn't have guardians. Like, all of that is fraud. I gave them enough that they should have gone and talked to him with an ASL interpreter while I was literally like hiding in the fucking woods. And then I got a notice that his parents had filed a protection order against me. And they served it to me 2 hours before the hearing. So I participated in this protection order hearing, and it was really bizarre because they admitted that they weren't guardians. My friend was never present. There was no petitioner. His parents weren't guardians. They didn't have the right to represent him as legal advocates in court. He was not present. There were notes in their filings that said that he was so upset and angry about this, he didn't want it, but the court didn't care that he was actively saying, I don't want a protection order, and he was an independent adult. He was not incapacitated. I told the judge, he's not incapacitated. You can't do that. You can't just restrain people from other people because you don't like them. I said, I reported abuse on these people, and they're doing this, in retaliation. I said, the law states, the RCW, it's RCW 7.105.220 states that the protected person, if they're a vulnerable adult, has the right to object, and the court has to deem like whether or not they're incapacitated. And he was never present. And the commissioner just said, well, his parents say you didn't get permission to leave the house and report them, so I'm going to grant the order. And I was just like, you know what? I can't fucking deal with this right now. I was suffering extreme trauma. I was terrified for my friend. I didn't know what I could say that would keep him safe. I was terrified for myself. I'd just been robbed and assaulted. I was traumatized. It was very, very difficult for me. I tried to contact APS again, and I had this whole conversation with her where I told her everything that had happened, and she acted like she was gonna go talk to him. We're gonna build rapport. I'm gonna have conversations with your friend. I'm gonna investigate all of this stuff that you're saying. Yeah, it sounds really serious. Absolutely, no worries. I'll let you know. And so I felt okay, and I went and I drove to a police station that night. It was June 6th, 2023. And I filed a police report with the sheriffs of my county where I lived in town. And then I drove back to my camper in the woods, and I guess someone followed me back.